Hi Sagittarius, just trying to straighten out the video. So I had posted a reading earlier that the sound, something happened to it. I don't know. It got messed up, and thank you, Vivian Tim, for bringing that to my attention. Lordy, lordy. And it was a crossroads reading, which is funny. At least it's funny to me. So I decided to do another, and I decided to do current energy, like what situation you need to deal with in the current moment. And, because I just felt like maybe the universe didn't want that. For sure. So we're starting over. Um, so, Sagittarius. By the way, my name is Heidi. I'm also Sagittarius, Sun and Moon. And so I'm always invested in all of the readings on a personal level. Of course. And if you're interested in personal readings, please check out the description. I'm using Tarot of the Abyss for you today. Yes. I love this tarot deck, by the way. Okay. So let's get started. Also Black Moon Astrology and God, I can't even remember what this deck is called. But anyways, the Sacred Traveler. Okay. So the energy that you're being affected by is really Taurus energy, because you're being affected by the second house. And, if you're going through some financial struggles and find yourself in a crossroads in terms of what you're going to do next, or, especially pertaining to money. And, for Sagittarius, now lots of Sagittarians out here have regular jobs. Um, but the thing is that Sagittarius, and it's something for you to consider. If they aren't doing stuff that they like to do, it can make life seem real bad. Okay, let me just say that, because Sagittarius seeks for meaning in everything, and so that's something you might want to consider, right? But you are being affected by money right now. I can see that for sure. But Taurus, Taurus rules the second house, and that's what you own. That's how your relationship to money. That's what's important to you. So there kind of is, you know, a lot going on. So many of you may be considering your own business, because the North Node is here, right? So you're really thinking about whether you value the things that you have, you know. And I say this a lot in terms of our possessions. If you don't love it, if it doesn't fill some need in you, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. You know, yeah. But this card in particular represents the Two of Pentacles. So this is about, you may go back and forth on this if you're interested in starting your own business. Maybe you think that that the resources aren't there, that you don't have the money, and you should never ever think about your own business in terms of resources. I know it's crazy, but resources are really always available. It's just a matter of finding them, right? But this also tells you to be careful with your money, of course, right? Because that's what the second house is about. But many of you may be approaching your own business because you feel drawn to follow a life purpose here. That's what the North Node is. If definitely get your chart done so you can figure out what your North Node is. Because, well, the North Node is in Taurus right now. So this is very much about going towards, or you have been, maybe you've had your own business, or maybe you've been going towards your life purpose. But the question always comes up of money. And I feel like that's what's going on. Maybe there have been obstacles when it comes to money. And what your spirit guides are telling you is that, okay, so here's what happens. Distant thunder, which is very much tower energy. when the universe wants us to pay attention and tell us something isn't working, it puts a tower in, and usually that happens when we don't do it. So if you've been putting off following your life purpose, this is actually going to be a time in which that opens up for you, but it may open up for you in a really harsh kind of way, you know? um, because the truth is like they're actually your obstacles towards your north node, towards your life purpose, are being removed, which that can show up as losing a job. It can. If you are, and definitely if you have your own business or you do some kind of business, there are obstacles being removed. It's not going to seem like it at first, but it actually is. Because what I see here a lot is just being worried about money. And so I feel like they want you to know that whatever obstacles you're seeing in front of you are going to be removed. Okay? And suddenly I feel like the way is going to appear for you to do this, for you to step into your life purpose. And will money be tight? Maybe, could be, because it's really interesting. Because underneath the deck, it's the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. That's being worried about money, being worried about your foundation, being worried about, your stability. And I feel like that may be the only thing that stops you here, but the truth is that wherever it is you're at, Sagittarius, you don't like it. It could be that you're in a job that you don't like. You work with people you don't like. Three of Pentacles reversed. Whatever it is does not support you. Actually, even, and this may be about staying in a job because you need the money, because you don't want to suffer financially. And, and this could also mean about going towards a job that you really want to do, but you don't do it because of money, right? Yeah, so it's a situation you need to deal with, Sag. Stop worrying about it. Four of Cups reversed with the Knight of Pentacles. Like, that's kind of that energy of worrying your ships are never going to come in, that you're just going to keep having to, like, the delays are just going to keep being there. Like, it's never going to turn around. Yeah, Four of Cups reverse. I mean, I feel like you've been going through a lot of disappointment, but you are starting to see the way. Like, and this is basically by changing the way you look at things. Like, yes, is it going to take a lot of work? Yes. Is it going to pay off right away? No. But it's about the path, because the Knight of Pentacles is very much about the process. And, this is about doing something you want to do opposed to doing something you have to do. And what you usually do is because it's really interesting, because Judgment's here with the Lovers. So it could be that you give other people too much input in your decision making, or it's like maybe in the past you haven't approached this because other people, even partners, spouses, whatever, have told you not to, right? So basically it's about not listening to anybody else and just doing what you need to do, because there's several cards here about stepping into your purpose, a sense of knowing that this is what you're supposed to do, even though it's not an easy path, right? Even though it's not an easy path. And what you need to consider is that the Star at the end of this rainbow is everything you want. Okay, is everything you want. This is your North Star. This is more life purpose energy. This thing that you're thinking about could be a job, could be your own business is what you're supposed to do. The universe is telling you that, and with the Three of Wands, they're literally going to give it to you. But you have to take the steps, because that's what the Three of Wands says. And it may mean that you have to turn your back on something else, meaning some level of financial stability maybe, for this to happen. And you've waited for this. This is something that I would guess that this is something you've wanted to do for a long time. Yeah. And your advice is, first of all, don't let emotions get in the way. With the King of Cups here and the Ten of Cups, you know, it could be like wanting to make other people happy, and there could be a person here that you want to make happy, right? The King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Like, the King of Cups goes after his dreams. He doesn't let these outside forces get in the way. And, this is pretty much telling you that things are going to turn around, and this is going to give you everything you want, not just financially, but emotionally, and with the Seven of Pentacles and the Empress, oh my goodness, like, they want you to take a look at the fact that you've been working towards this, because on some level, what's here for it. The Empress, this is going to be successful. That this is maybe like your contribution to the world. That you're supposed to do this because you're a person. It could be a healing business, but you're a person with healing gifts, right? And this is something new, and it kind of is telling you that wherever you're at, you've gotten as far as you can go. And now it's time to try something new. Sag. Eight of Cups is on the bottom with the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups. I feel like there's just like people who don't agree with what you're doing. Like, they try to fight you on it, basically. Really inserting their opinions, and this really kind of makes you down, makes you unsure about your movements, whether or not you should actually go after this. But I feel like what's happening though is with the Eight of Cups being here, you're going to turn away from that. That's that energy of like, if you're not for me, you're against me, period. Because I do feel that like how other people view this, they have really influenced your decisions in this. Wow, okay. So let's see where this leads you, Sag. Oh. Where is this leading Sagittarius? I mean, your last card was the Empress, for goodness sake. So I feel like this will be very satisfying to you on so many levels. Like, the money will show up because you do something you love. So where is this leading Sagittarius? Where is this leading Sagittarius? Ten of Swords. Five of Cups. Oops. Like, maybe, like you have hesitated too in terms of going after this life purpose because you have to leave people behind, whether that's a job or whatever it means for you. And that makes you sad. Ten of Swords with the Five of Swords. It makes you sad, but with the Seven of Swords being here, it's kind of, and the Six of Swords, it's time for you to forge out on your own. You just know that it's time for you to do this, and it's just something that you have to do for you. Wow, okay, Sag. I love this for you. I love this for you. So since this seems to be specific, let's get an abundance message. And I don't think that this road is easy, but I think it's going to be really satisfying and dramatic. All right. And these cards might be asking to you, what's more important to you, your things or your life purpose? So what is Sagittarius's abundance message? What is Sagittarius's abundance message? Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true clearly with asking other people to assist you. So it's about asking for help here, Sag. Maybe praying, you know. Write a spirit letter. Ask your spirit guides to assist you. Like, you know, you can even do it as like an affirmation before you go to bed. You know, ask them to show you the way and what you have to do next. Tell them that you are open to their assistance. And ask and you shall receive, Sag. Anything else for Sagittarius? Like too much, Sag. Oh, we are overthinkers. Sagittarius. Okay. It's asking you to engage in charitable work, which is pretty much saying that when you know, we receive abundance through generosity. So when you're generous with someone else, it will return to you. Kind of like the circulation, get in the circulation of money. What you put out is what comes back. Yeah. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you. And know that your generosity will be returned to you manifold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Wow. And this may actually be something that you want to do to help others. Wow. Okay. Okay, Sag. So that's what I have for you, and I hope this really helps.